Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, this video is about an article that you see. Florida State Representative says that God has told him to rewrite the abortion bill with no exceptions. So, I'm going to read the article and we're going to get into what this article is about. Some of us, just from the title, can see what this is going to be about. It has been an ongoing debate about pro choice, pro life, or whatever other avenues or ideas that people have in mind on this issue. So, a Florida state representative told a group that God told him to rewrite an abortion bill without exceptions for rape or incest. Now, this is a man that's doing this. He's not a woman. And he said that God told him to do this. So, in a speech given to Women for Responsible Legislation group in Pensacola, Florida, State Representative Mike Hill said God spoke directly to him about a restrictive abortion bill, and he had previously tried and failed to pass in Florida's legislature. As plain as day, God spoke to me, Mr. Hill, a Republican, told the group. He said that it wasn't my bill taking up talking about the heartbeat detection bill that I filed. He said that wasn't my bill. So I knew immediately what he was talking about. The state representative confirmed the bill which Mr. Hill and allegedly God were referring to would have restricted abortions after a fetal heartbeat is detected. Mr. Hill proposed version of the ban, which is currently sweeping the nation in various forms, included exceptions for rape, incest, medical emergency, human trafficking, and domestic violence. Okay, so Mr. Hill told the group that he included the exception in hopes of getting a bill passed, but the proposed law died before getting a committee hearing, which he lamented was more focused on healthcare, transportation, and the Everglades than his attempt at an abortion ban, according to the Pensacola News Journal. So Mr. Hill says that he's currently working on a new bill with outside help. So God said that you remove those exceptions and you file it again. And I said, yes, Lord, I will, Mr. Hill said. It's coming back. It's coming back. And we are going to file the bill without any exceptions, just like what we saw passed in Alabama. So it's the more restrictive one, in other words. So on Friday, the ACLU and Planned Parenthood sued the state of Alabama for its unconstitutional abortion ban. Representatives of the ACLU of Alabama told The Independent on Thursday that they expect the legal fight to take around 3 years. Abortion remains legal in the state for now. So there are 2,671 responses or reactions to this particular article. And so this article is pretty controversial. It is about a controversial topic that is very taboo, and it is extremely a hot button topic. And so there's many back and forths and in betweens and different reasons. So what are your thoughts on this? Because first of all, this man who is a Florida state representative is what I just said. He's a man. He's not a woman. He's not the one that has to make the choices that, have to do with what a woman's body is feeling and going through and what her mind and her emotional state is. And so that's the one thing. The other thing, and on down the list, uh, he wouldn't be the one that would be incested or molested, raped, or having the medical problem that would cause for him to consider that abortion may be the one of the maybe the least, but one of the options in order to save the woman's life. There could be a number of issues that could be going on with that female. So he does not have a woman body. He does not have a woman life or mind or have pregnancy going on. He doesn't know what that feels like. In other words, he cannot put himself in the shoes of these females to understand what that is like. So the other thing is he's adding religion into it. And it's just another form, if in my opinion, I will stress that, to basically take rights away from women and use religion to do it. Now, I'm way back, many oodles of videos ago, I've done a video about this where religion is used to pretty much keep women in bondage, as is other issues of people either of color. It has been used to keep people of color in bondage. It has been used to keep people um, who are poor feeling that they need to be happy being poor and they need to pretty much just expect that their life will be better in death. There's some other place that they're going to go to. Don't worry about not having anything because there's some other place that you're going to go to that's going to be better than this. And you don't really know that, do you? And the thing is I feel like that's just people who are usually saying that are people who they are living good. They have nice homes and cars. They are not struggling, but they're taking the money out of the pockets of the people who are attending these churches. And there's been a lot of communities who have struggled because of that. We've had people to come in communities and steal from their own people. And they do more taking than helping from people. However, we do have some churches that do try to help, but there has been more organizations that have tried to take away instead of give back to the community. And so that's why you see a lot of communities right now that are struggling. Right now you have a lot of people who are homeless. You know, if they were doing all these things, then you probably wouldn't see as much of that. But you do have some churches that are opening their doors to some people who are homeless, but more over what is happening now, they're paying more attention to people who are homeless because of immigration issues. That's a whole nother topic altogether. But I noticed that even in the Black communities, there have been a lot of Black people who have attended churches, still attending churches, and not a lot of those churches really do all of the things that they claim that they're going to do in terms of helping the communities. There's like maybe a third of the churches that are really trying to do, you know, beyond and above, and they can only do so much because, you know, those people are probably on their own. They have their own financial budgets that they have to follow. But anyway, what are your thoughts and feedback on this? I feel as though that this is just another excuse to use religion to pretty much keep women feeling convicted like they're doing something wrong for making a choice or decision about what to do with their bodies. And it's men that are so concerned about controlling women. And usually, you notice they said this is a Florida state representative and that this person is a Republican. And he is using religion to slap it in the face of women to make them feel some type of way of conviction that they're doing something totally wrong against this God that he claims told him that he needs to make this bill more restrictive. He claims that he's trying to add in some of the things that are less restrictive, you know, says that we're referring to would have, what we're referring to, would have restricted abortions after the fetal heartbeat is detected. Mr. Hill proposed a version of the ban which is currently sweeping the nation in various forms, included exceptions for rape and incest, medical emergency, human trafficking, domestic violence. These are the things that we're thinking about here. And not only that, dear women, how come, what if something happens and the woman does not want, she's not really feeling like she's ready to be a parent? And she probably started off, she was going to keep the baby, there was plans, and then the guy leaves her. you know there are situations like that. It might not have been rape, it might not have been incest, it might not have been domestic violence, it could be abandonment. you know there are issues like that. Women should be able to make choices of their own body. That's all I'm saying. I feel that strongly. you know I don't think that men should be making choices about what women should do about their bodies. We can't make choices about what they, as men, do about their bodies. Hell, we can't even make them stay and be fathers to their kids, let alone make them go to the doctor and get your penis checked, go get tested to see if you have HIV. We can't make them do that. We get upset and find out we have something, and then they go get checked. That's if they go get checked, or they go to the next woman and give her a disease. No, we cannot make them do anything to their body, so they shouldn't be trying to make us do anything. And don't use religion as a ploy to try to make women and control them and make women do what you want them to do, because you want to control women's bodies. You want to control their minds. You want to control their bodies. You're using religion as a vehicle or a tool to control women's bodies and minds. And that's what you've been doing for all this time. You can't control your own life, so you're trying to control some woman's. You know, you can't make her sleep with you, so now you're going to make it so that she has to be having these babies, even though you don't want to stay there and take care of them. you know. So I'm just, this is what, this is my opinion. This is what I've seen. I've seen a lot of this happen where the same person you see saying that, God told you not to have this abortion, he's not going to stay there and help you with the kids. And then you may not even want to be involved with him. He may not be worth staying with. He may be, like they say, domestic violence. He may be somebody that is somebody you don't want to have kids by, because he's too controlling. Right now, you can see this is controlling. Some women like that kind of atmosphere. Not everybody wants that in their life. Somebody telling them what to do every step of the way, like they're 2 years old. So, if you want to control something, control your own body. You know, that's the way I see it. But anyway, with that being said, what do you think about this? I mean, that's my opinion. I think if we can't control what men do, then men have no business trying to control what women do to their bodies. So as long as we're not hurting but what seemed to be the other way around, that we're the ones, most of us end up getting hurt. You know, I just think that's just another excuse to have control over women. Now you got this baby, you got to stick with me, even though he's vicious or he doesn't do what he's supposed to do. And no, that's the same thing as, well, women, you cannot leave your husbands until he dies or till something happens. Then you can be a widow. It's the same thing. We use religion to do that. But we see that didn't work, did it? Because people are having divorces left and right. We see that all over the place. So no, babies do not make people stay with you. You know, so that's what I'm saying. But anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna let this video go. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for listening.